This army you're talking about, yes, has grown. It has a couple of departments. There's the Air Force, there's the Land Force, which shows tremendous
Those
growth.
are called services now.
Yes.
They are no longer departments. The department is smaller. Now we have 4 services.
4 services.
Yes.
Let's start with this particular SFC, Special Forces Command. Some people argue that this particular entity is illegal. It's not mandated by the parliament of this country. How true is this?
Was NRA mandated by parliament in the first place?
No.
You know, at times I get amused. It's like somebody turning around and you tell your mother, my mother, you are illegal. You are an illegal mother. Irrespective of how she conceived you, she is your legitimate mother. This army has been built from that illegal entity up to legal notice number 1 of 1986. You need to know, what does that legal notice number 1 do? It legalized
what
had taken place.
Exactly.
It included the what?
The NRA itself.
NRA.
Yes.
Now NRA had a mandate, a responsibility to grow. Because we are not building for jobs, we are building to meet the requirements expected of us, protecting this country. And for us to do so, we have had to build different capabilities over time. I don't think when we were creating Air Force, the Army, the Parliament was involved.
But it accepted that you can have now a land force, you can have an air force. It did not accept that you are supposed to have an SFC.
Can I ask, when you are adding assets in your home, do you need permission?
If those assets are defense forces of the country, I think Parliament would need to know.
To do what? Parliament requires to budget for us, number 1. Number 2, to monitor the management of the defense forces, not to manage it.
You have tried Jamil Mukulu in normal civilian courts, someone who was a terrorist. But then you try Olivia Nalutaya in the General Court Martial. Where is that balance? How is it that you can allow Jamil Mukulu to go to a civil court, but then Olivia Nalutaya, Bobby Young, who had a military beret, to the General Court Martial?
Be informed, no one was in the court martial for the colors of the berets. Did you ever hear of Vijambia in a massacre? What were they about? Were they thieves of fene and goats?
No.
Think again. Let's get the next question.
Okay. Because I still wanted an answer there, because if it's
I thought you have heard of the word called logic.
Yes.
So you asked me a question. I asked you in relation to the individual you have mentioned, the individuals you have mentioned.
These people were incarcerated in 2020.
Yes.
The Vijambia were in 2021 after the election.
What are you talking about? You're talking of fellows who are involved in attacking policemen in the riots. Do you remember? By the way, are you aware that riots are one of the threats of state security?
Do you know that the charge wearing military fatigue?
No, that one, military fatigue was additional. That was additional. And then, by the way, if you don't want to be charged in the court martial, why do you pretend to be a soldier? When you put on military wear, what are you calling yourself? You even put on stars. Some which are green like these ones, by the way.
From general.
Even the color, leave alone the stars, the pips. And I've asked you people, the things you do here, where else do you see them? And by the way, that's not the only area. Can I remind you?
Please do.
When we got an attack of Ebola, all doctors abandoned hospitals except Laskar Kuya.
One doctor, yes.
Who handled the Ebola patients? It was us. Why didn't we declare us illegal?
Even in monkeypox, you're there.
Yes.
Even in
Why
COVID,
didn't
you're
you declare us illegal? And when they were rewarding doctors, none from the EPDF was rewarded. Don't think we're keeping quiet, we are being foolish. We see the injustice you do on us, and we go on because we volunteer to serve the country.
Okay. Do you respect us? Because why are you not implementing the decisions or the resolutions that were made by the Supreme Court?
Where they were implemented was basically brought to court on Monday. He was supposed to appear in the court. Did he appear?
No.
Yeah, we respected it. And if as you find it, we respected it because we are law abiding.
He's not yet charged in a civilian court.
You think, I think the Minister of Justice told you in Parliament. And he's not a soldier, is he?
No.
Yes. You don't just fling the gates of prison and everybody runs out because the Supreme Court has ruled. There is a procedure. By the way, for anybody to get out of prison, there must be a court order. I hope you are aware.
Yes.
And there is no court order as yet to that effect.
Okay.
Should I be reminding his lawyers?
They already filed for habeas corpus as we speak, at least.
That's not for
For you
me.
people to take him to...
And it's not in our hands. He's in Luzira prison. I didn't know you didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, and Luzira is not manned by the army. Is it?
It is not manned by the army.
Thank you.
I hope it's not influenced by the army as well.
It's an independent arm of government.
What does this bring? You talked about precedents when a CDF openly disagrees with the Supreme Court, even the commander-in-chief, former general and soldier, openly saying that we do not really, this is a wrong decision. What do you think about that, sir?
It's expression of our dissatisfaction. And I think we have the right to express our feelings, don't we? I've seen lawyers on the street saying this was wrong, referring to a judgment. How come you don't take them on? Our being in uniform makes us targets? Yes, we are. But please, we have also feelings.
But now,
And I've all labored. All this time I've been laboring to show you why we think it was a wrong decision. That is, you already have preconceived judgment about what he was said. So getting you from there is a tug of war.
okay, but also the words that are spoken.
You see, I want to disabuse you
Yes, sir.
of mindset. You are dealing with human beings. We are not animals. We may be ready to die any time for the country, but that doesn't mean we have no feelings. And so when a decision is taken against us that we feel it was not correct, and it is the Supreme Court who have no elsewhere to appeal other than the public court, and we can't do that because that is anarchy, we have accepted the ruling, but we are suffering internally. Can I say suffering locally?
Funny. But the choice of words, General, really matter. I've heard your CDF one time refer to the parliament as clowns, and he says he cannot even...
But he has given his opinion of those, he's called them musings, didn't they? Didn't he rather? Yes. Now you want to discuss somebody's way of communicating.
No, he's not somebody, sir.
No,
this is
listen,
the chief of defense
he
forces.
is. But he
when
told
he
you,
talks, when he tells a parliament that has called him that they are clowns, what does that mean, sir?
that ask him, that is his own way. It isn't. It wasn't in a military message. Save your time and mine.
Yeah, okay, but the viewers there would because this person holds power, sir. When you hear him make such statements,
Be confident he is not misusing that power. You are safe.
okay, but you also say that no civilian will rule this country before.
Personal views.
Okay, no problem. Let's, as we conclude.
And I want to warn you, many people have that feeling. If you didn't know, many people out there have such a feelings.
Should I take that as a threat, sir?
No. No. It's an assessment. You may wish to examine many of the leaders you have out here. And it's in your interest because you're a young man. In a country where you have a political party without a manifesto, contains for elections, and 3 point something million people vote for that party, you have a problem. As a country, you have a problem.
Yeah, but that's our problem. That's our choice as Ugandans.
And you think?
Aren't we allowed to?
And you think we should keep quiet when there's a problem, or should tell you? Or we are not allowed to speak as well. So Ugandans, please bring a salt tape and put here.
No, we're not trying to.
Because no, I'm being honest to you, by the way.
No,
On a serious note,
respecting Ugandans' decision, even if it looks as unintelligent as it can be, I believe, and they're allowed to make their decisions or make their mistake.
But did I say they are not allowed? I'm only expressing a worry. Or even that I'm not allowed.
No, you're allowed. Sir.
I'm
At least
expressing
you're
a
allowed to
worry.
speak.
That as I'm aging, you are living a country that does not appreciate what they call a contract in leadership. Because a manifesto is the contract between the candidate and the voter. Now you have voters who are entrusting their mandate for 5 years to someone who has no contract with them. Hallelujah.
Now, if the UPDF spokesperson also has such a sentiment, it looks like it's a representative of the whole.
The truth is, many of us, in my age bracket at least, both within the military and outside, worry about the standard of judgment that young men have.
If Kyagulanyi is president tomorrow, would you salute him?
If he's elected, yes, why not? Why should I reject your decision? Your step to elect Kyagulanyi is yours. Just like the Ukrainians voted a comedian.
Okay.
The rest is history.
Yeah, the comedian is still fighting the whole up to now, but it's still history, as you say.